Welcome back to Atreyu News. The impeachment proceedings are set to begin. The impeachment proceedings against Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte is set to begin May 15th. From Gulf Times, impeachment proceedings against President Rodrigo Duterte are expected to start on May 15th, but numbers in the House of Representatives are not yet enough to impeach him, as opposition lawmakers said yesterday. From what I understand here, this man is ridding the country of drug dealers and criminals by simply killing them in gruesome ways and often public ways. From what I understand, last month, or in the recent past, he threw a guy out of the helicopter who was a murderer, from what I understand. Representative Gary Alno of Magdalo Party List made the admission pending referral of his impeachment complaint to the White House Committee of Justice. Alano accused Duterte of betrayal of public trust and culpable violation of the Constitution in connection with allegedly over 7,000 killings committed during the administration's 8-month-long anti-drug war, failure to assert sovereign rights of the country in the South China Sea, and ownership of undeclared wealth of P2BN, among others. Our impeachment complaint should be referred to the appropriate committee first, and copies of the complaint are to be secured for the members of the Justice Committee. What I have heard around is that the hearing will start on May 15th. As of this point, I must be honest, we don't have the numbers. There are those who express their support, and there were lots of them. But it all boils down to how many of them will stand up for their support, he added. Under the Philippine Constitution, a verified complaint for impeachment, meaning anything filed by a member of the House of Representatives or by any citizen upon a resolution of endorsement by a House member, should be included in the order of business within 10 session days and referred to the House Justice Panel within 3 sessions days thereafter. This guy was democratically elected and swept into power because the people are sick of being controlled by drug lords. So as soon as he starts killing them, now here comes this guy. The same Constitution provides the Justice Panel, after hearing and by a majority vote of all of its members, will then submit its reports to the House within 60 session days for such referral, together with the corresponding resolution. The resolution shall be calendared for consideration by the House within 10 session days from the receipt thereof. But if at least 98 or 1/3 of the members of the House would support the impeachment complaint, the respondent, in this case the President, will outrightly face trial before the Senate Impeachment Court, even without conducting committee hearings, similar to what happened in the case of then Chief Justice Renato Corona in 2012. If the House Justice Committee finds Alano's complaint insufficient in form and substance, all will not be lost for him, since majority of the lawmakers in plenary vote must uphold the committee report dismissing the impeachment complaint for the complaint to be officially junked. We'll have to see later who will vote for the impeachment. If we won't be able to gather enough numbers, we won't name those who will vote for the impeachment because we don't want them to be subject of reprisal from the administration, Alano said. Well, I would actually like to take a look at numbers, because if this man is responsible for crime almost ceasing to exist, if not plummeting 80–90%, is that not justified? People would rather keep other human beings alive, regardless on how dangerous and violent they are, regardless on how much they cost the taxpayer to keep them alive. It's like walking a fine line between civilization and barbarism. If your crime rates are lower, are the killings justified? That would be my question. Democratic senators won't stop dropping F-bombs in public. Democrat Senator Kamala Harris obviously from California, dropped a big F-bomb during a discussion about health care at a recent public event. This example is one of many recent events where Democratic senators have dropped the F-bomb in public. They can't even contain their hatred. They cannot even contain themselves. Let's take a listen.
Healthcare is a privilege, not a right. And this is a matter of values. And so if you can pay for it, you can get it. Like this guy, this congressman, so you might as well say, well, people don't starve because they don't have food. What the fuck is that?
Yeah. Well, using profanity definitely has its place. However, when you're running for a position such as that, it's not going to help her any. I guarantee that. Wow, sanctuary city to implement white tax for equality. Seattle Mayor Ed Murray has proposed an additional tax on diet sodas to make the tax equal because white people consume more diet soda than people of color. Oh, here we go. The nut jobs. These people should be put in circle rooms. From the Blaze, Seattle Mayor Ed Murray has made a controversial change to his proposed soda tax, which originally charged 2 cents per ounce on sugary drinks but was reduced to $1.75 per ounce. Oh, sorry, 1.75 cents per ounce. After critics accused his plans of being racist, Murray added a diet soda tax to his plan on Thursday, an addition that he says will make the tax equal because white people consume more diet soda than people of color. If these are the arguments that these idiots are going to run on, then I look very much forward to the future elections. Murray, a progressive Democrat, first proposed the soda tax in February, estimating that the additional revenue would amount to $16 million in its first year, which he said the city would then put toward a number of things, namely public education for low-income children. Since revising the plan to include diet drinks, Murray said that the revenue would increase to $23 million. He also said the tax would work as a deterrent and force consumers to make healthier choices. Healthier kids get better educations and more likely to have a brighter future, Murray said. Why are all these people obsessed with education? Like I was saying before, the current educational system I went through college did not teach me how to win at life. Blows me away. People are so obsessed with it, as if the state's going to teach you anything. Murray was not clear as to how the tax would be able to both stop consumers from drinking sodas and also at the same time raise revenue from the purchases of soda. Logically, if people did not purchase soda, the city cannot collect tax on the purchase of soda. This is exactly what happened in Philadelphia, where Philadelphia Mayor Jim Kenney, also initially predicted the additional revenue provided by the tax, which he said would amount to $400 million in just 3 years, would fund universal pre-kindergarten for the city and repay a bond used to rebuild parks and recreational centers. Well, I suppose the logic is in the right place, but we both know that's not where the money's going. It's going to the illegals to pay for them.